What I have to say is that although you would have had like the newsletters back then, nice work there by the way. The newsletters back then, nobody could have called who was going to win this. I think your safe bet would have been a draw. But the fact you had two iconic baby faces in this spot was pretty unbelievable, really. And so you just couldn't call who was going to win this. And both of them being baby faces was just sort of like, it ramped it up even more. I know people said back in the day with Andre and Hogan was another example of that, and I totally agree with that as well. This is definitely up there, and you just got that added agreement that they're both baby faces, that there's an agreed kind of path to both guys getting over, but there's no heel. There we go. Strength now from Warrior. At this stage of the match as well, pretty impressive. Yeah, I was never a fan of that, especially on the guy's back. It just didn't look great for me. And here we go. It's time. Unbelievable moments, these. The Hulk up. As you can see, the fans just about to get into this now. And of course, incredible, as I said earlier, when he returned to Sky Dome against The Rock. The Rock was the babyface, Hogan was the heel, but my God, the fans came back in their drones for Hogan. That moment, a little bit different back then. Wasn't as predictable. But there you go. Here's the Hogan special. The signature, I guess. Big boot. Oh man. You know what? Hogan used to get some bloody height on that leg drop. There you go. The way they finished that match, like, to sort of suggest Hogan kicked out right at the end, that was a different Hogan, just like looking up at the stars as if he's been hard done by, of course. And the fans, they are ecstatic. Like, I don't think there's too many people that were disappointed, even if you was a Hogan fan. Like, it's the kind of way they finished that. But I think it's interesting to see, like, I forgot about the whole, like, the way that the match finished, in the fact that Hogan, he wasn't out and he was about to kick out, like, very late. Like, this wasn't really, I would say, a passing of the torch as much as I thought it was. Like, maybe WWE, this goes to tell me now that Vince and WWF weren't completely sold on Warrior, and that is why they did that. Because if they were, they would have done the whole passing the torch properly, a real selling job. So now you get the babyface moment, of course. How iconic would it have been, I suppose, would we have looked back on this? How much things would have changed if Hogan would have gone in there and just clotted him with the belt instead of just passing it over like that and gone to like a heel. Like, they could have probably gone a whole different route. What would have been even more crazy is if Warrior would have, like, as he's lifting his arm now, clotted Hogan and, put him down, and he goes on as like this massive heel after having like this rise with all the fans, and then the moment he wins the belt, he just changes. But of course, very easy to look in hindsight and go, that's where the money was. They would have made a ton of money if they had done something like that. But of course, you couldn't. Both these were the juggernauts of selling merchandise back then. There you go. He's getting on the cart that used to take everybody to the ring, especially at WrestleMania 3. Intercontinental, WWF champion, double champion. He'd have been safer walking by the looks of it. Yeah, great shot. So, guys, thank you for checking out the WrestleLine watch along as the match comes to an end of our daily podcast. Obviously, it's past 15 minutes, but we knew that going into this match was gonna go past that. Just want to say before I go, please check out our brand new sponsor. Really, really proud to have them with us. Great clothing line, which is 1310. Guys, go ahead, check that out now, because got some great stuff for you. Once you go over to their site, you're going to be able to use a promo code, especially for our listeners. So, guys, check it out. It's 1310appeal.bigcartel.com. And you can also check them out on Twitter at 1310app and on Instagram 1310appeal. Use the promo code WrestleLine. Use the promo code WrestleLine. He's been in touch with me, actually. The guy that runs this, he's been in touch with me. He said there's some issues going on at the moment with the whole distribution of some of the stuff, but the things on the website, they're all there. He's told me that they're there, they're available, so you're going to be able to see what you can get your hands on. It's a great product. They got joggers coming out, they got tracksuits, they got hoodies, great t-shirts. You would have seen a lot of them around at the wrestling shows that you go to. And listen, for a limited time with WrestleLine, you have got the opportunity of with your first orders using the promo code WrestleLine, 15% off of your orders. Well worth it. It's honestly, I can't say enough good things about it. It's not cheap, it's not tacky, it's not just like a print thing on there. This stuff is good quality. The guy that does it works with this for a living, and this is his passion. It's not like a multi-million business company. This guy is hands-on with what he does. He's very thorough. So check them out. They're a growing brand like we are, and it's really good to have them on board with us. 1310. Go ahead and check it out with the promo code WrestleLine. And guys, we're going to be back. I'm going to do another watch along. Send me some emails, okay? Send me emails. Email at wrestleline.co.uk suggestions of any matches you think's worth covering as a watch along for WrestleMania and the build up for next week, and I'll do it on the show. Got loads of stuff coming up now towards WrestleMania. Going to have Mariah May on for like a feature, like a much more lengthier podcast. Also going to have Taylor Essex. He's got to come on the show. And yeah, I've got a few other little hidden surprises as well. And going to have a bit of an announcement about what I'm going to be doing over the WrestleMania weekend with WrestleLine. Don't forget, guys, if you're into video games and, in these hard times with everything going on at the moment of isolation, check out our friends over at Neon Knights Arcade and Cafe. They've got some great little tournaments going on where you can submit scores, get involved with what they're doing. They're also showing some really good videos and walkthroughs to like classic retro games. Really worth checking out. And also, I'm going to be branching off into some YouTube videos for gaming videos under the banner John Scott's Curious Gamer. So I'm going to be playing a lot of Switch games, a lot of retro Neo Geo games. Check me out over on there as well if you're into games. It's a nice crossover with our audience normally with that. Okay, guys, until tomorrow, I've been John Scott. You've been listening to WrestleLine. Please stay safe.